So Christian McCaffrey looks healthy and awesome. That's the takeaway here from the 49ers' first 11-on-11 practice of 2025. And yes, Brock Purdy, more vocal than before. He found Jauan Jennings a lot, but there was one play today during this non-padded, no-helmet practice where Jauan Jennings stopped running the route and George Kittle brought it up later. Brock Purdy was like, JJ, you got to keep on running that route. He was vocal about it. Anyway, let's take a look at some highlights from today's practice. Christian McCaffrey, it was moving well. You'll see a little bit more from him later in this 90 seconds. That was the warm-up period for Christian McCaffrey. Purdy and Mac Jones together on the practice field for the first time. No Trent Williams. We're going to get into that in a little bit. Here's a look at Williams' offensive line. Dominic Purdy, one of the guys working for the 49ers. We've got some rookies to talk about along that O-line. Here's some veterans, Deommodore Lenoir and Renardo Green, who has graduated into that veteran status. Younger guys here, Upton Stout, the rookie, number 20. Tariq Owens, that was 83, the receiver. Speaking of the veteran core, Nick Bosa, Fred Warner. Fred was fired up today. We'll get into that in a little bit. Now we go back to the rookies. This is Mykel Williams, the 49ers' first-round draft pick. Looking strong out there, and looking even stronger, C.J. West, the big defensive tackle. Take a look at that frame on C.J. West. Obviously, a one-technique frame. Looks different than Mykel Williams. Should be good against the run. This goes hard. This is the album cover. The specialists. Two kickers, Greg Joseph, Jake Moody, the new punter, Thomas Morstead, and the long snapper for the 49ers, John Weeks. Purdy to Braden Willis, the tight end there. There's Jordan James, 49ers rookie running back out of Oregon. And we're going to get one more look at Christian McCaffrey here running the football. McCaffrey looked healthy. He looked spry. And, you know, that's emblematic of the energy at the 49ers building. George Kittle said again today that the vibes are immaculate. And I think Fred Warner, who was running around excited on the sideline, would agree with that assessment. 49ers have come ready to play football. And Kyle Shanahan said that this goes back to the final meeting of the season in 2024. This is back in January of 2025. And he said to the team, you know, I understand that you guys didn't show up really ready to go to OTAs, an off-season program last year, given the fact that the previous 3 seasons had been so long, 60 games over 3 years. But Shanahan told the team, I will not understand if that's the case again this season. And the 49ers, by and large, look very, very motivated, very enthusiastic out on that practice field. Now, we didn't see Trent Williams today, and it's about 99% attendance for San Francisco. Williams, maybe the only player not here, but Kyle Shanahan did say that Trent Williams has been around the facility. He was here during phase 1 of the offseason program, and Shanahan expects to see him again very soon. So another open OTA practice is going to be next week. We'll see if we do spot Trent Williams then. There was a video of Trent Williams working out that was circulating online yesterday, and Trent is looking like he's in really, really good shape. I say that spry is the theme of 49ers OTAs. Guys are bouncing around. Well, Trent Williams does look like he's cut a little bit of weight, and obviously the ankle is healthy based on the workout video that we saw from him. Spencer Burford started at left tackle in Trent Williams' place today. Other injury news for the 49ers today, Ricky Pearsall has tweaked his hamstring. We saw Ricky working on his own today. He was moving around, so it doesn't look like it's an injury that's all too serious for Ricky Pearsall. The OTA and the minicamp schedule is rather short. They've got another open practice next week and then minicamp, and then it's over. So Ricky Pearsall probably not going to participate in practice over this OTA period in the spring, but he'll be back at training camp. And you know, there's no reason to read too far into this. I think there's a lot of precautionary stuff that's going to be happening between now and training camp, not just involving Pearsall, but involving other players who sat out today. One player who I didn't see was Jair Brown. We asked Kyle Shanahan about him, the 49ers starting safety from last season, and Jair Brown actually had an ankle procedure. He also is not going to be back up until training camp. So today, because Malik Mustafa is coming off the ACL, the 2 starting safeties for the 49ers, or the first-string safeties, were their free agent additions. Jason Pinnock and Richie Grant were the 2 safeties, and I'm assuming they're going to take most of the snaps there because Marquise Siegel, the rookie, also was not practicing today. So safety, it's a position where you can understand why the 49ers 49ers did add those 2 veterans, and then they went and they added the rookie in Marquise Siegel. Other players not participating, Alfred Collins, the 2nd-round pick, he was running off on the side. He was doing more than he did during rookie minicamp. Calf issue during rookie minicamp kept him sidelined. Looks as big as ever, so he appears to be making some progress, but he was working off on the side along with Ross Dwelly, Jake Tonjes also around there. George Odom did not practice today, and I already did mention Malik Mustafa. It was a personal day off for Yetur Gross Matos. So that's just a quick look at who participated and who didn't today. Let's go through what happened at practice today. The 49ers, maybe they're so spry right now, so energetic, because the hardest part of the offseason training might be behind them. They had Navy SEALs come in about a month ago, and they did 4 days of Navy SEALs training out at practice. And this is only the 3rd time they've done that since Shanahan and Lynch took over. I think it might have been before COVID when they last did some of that Navy SEALs training. So anyway, now they're having fun. No helmets out on the football field. I mean, again, these are very light sessions. We saw Brock Purdy deliver to a rookie, Jordan Watkins. This guy's standing out to me. He's listed at 5'11". Obviously, he's the pick out of Ole Miss. He looks a little bit bigger than that, and he definitely looks wide enough. He looks wider than he did in his college tape, which I think is really good news for the 49ers. He looks the part, and he moves smoothly. Jordan Watkins is a receiver to watch as far as, I think, immediate impact, because his body is ready, I think, to deliver physically at the NFL level the way that the 49ers need their receivers to deliver. So Jordan Watkins probably stood out to me the most amongst the draftees today. Of course, you saw Mykel Williams, you saw CJ West a little bit earlier, but because pads aren't on, because they don't have helmets on, it's going to be really tough to evaluate some of the line play for the 49ers. Renardo Green, you saw him a little bit earlier. He made a couple really nice plays on the ball. Whenever Renardo Green and Jawan Jennings get after it, I call it a dog fight, because, I mean, both dogs, right, on both sides of the ball. But Renardo seems to have matured into a veteran frame. He definitely has added some muscle, and he had a couple nice pass breakups, one on Russell Gage deep and one against Jawan Jennings a little bit earlier on. But I do have to say, Jawan Jennings did catch a lot of footballs today. I mean, he is an established veteran for the 49ers. Mac Jones almost threw an interception today. It was funny. He threw a near pick to the far side in 7-on-7s. Then later on, he found Jawan Jennings on a nice connection, really over the middle of the field, and Mac Jones showed a little bit of swag, just pointed straight up into the air. You could tell he was feeling himself. You could tell that he's getting used to the new system with Kyle Shanahan, and he had Jawan Jennings, correct read, open down the field, made a nice pass, and that was the little celebration for the 49ers' new backup quarterback. Purdy to Braden Willis, deep touchdown for the 49ers today. I can't remember if that was on 7-on-7s or 11-on-11s, but there's not much of a difference because it was non-padded and non-helmeted today. Purdy was throwing the ball well. First practice after the contract for Brock Purdy, first 11-on-11 practice. There was one interception where he was rolling to the near side and he just kind of threw it up. It was Nick Bosa applied the pressure on the rollout. Trey Brown, who's the 49ers' new cornerback, they signed him. He had been with the Seattle Seahawks, good press cover corner. He picked the ball off. I think it was just a lazy throwaway from Purdy because it was after the play was blown dead. But Bosa was celebrating. It was all part of those energetic vibes for the 49ers on that particular play. Then there's Mykel Williams. This was late. This was cool. Christian McCaffrey, as I said, was explosive today. He was running through that line. It took several handoffs and caught several passes out of the backfield. But just you could tell he's healthy. You could tell he's back to 100%. That's something that was really tough to achieve for Christian McCaffrey last year. He might have had it against Buffalo, but then he got hurt right? The knee injury. The PCL sidelined him again. So yeah, he was out there and he was running away from the defensive line a lot. But to close practice, you saw Mykel Williams, after Christian McCaffrey got out of the line, Mykel Williams sprinting, good effort to chase him down, and Chris Kasarik saying, good finish, Mykel, good finish. I think that they're very happy with how hard Mykel Williams is working in practice. And that Christian's going to be 100%. They almost have to protect him from himself. Well, when we saw Mykel going after Christian there late in practice, I think that did make Chris Kasarik very happy. Quotable stuff. George Kittle said, missing the playoffs is absolutely terrible and I wouldn't recommend it to anybody, but if you do, you have to take advantage of it. And I think the 49ers are. 99% attendance rate here at practice, and the guys get at Navy SEAL training all the way to the actual on-field stuff. Guys do seem to be working hard for the 49ers, and that's all you can ask for right now is good energy. Try to stay as healthy as possible, protect guys from themselves, maybe somebody like Ricky Pearsall with that tweaked hamstring, and then get to training camp and get to work if you are San Francisco. I swam Alcatraz today. That's a first. Swimming Alcatraz on a beautiful day, covering a 49ers practice. Hell, hit the subscribe button. We'll talk to you very soon.